Alright, back. More Foundation Standard. We have a green-white... I'm going to call it a Kibler deck. Two reasons I'm going to call this a Kibler deck. Kibler's known for just playing like Llanowar Elf into mediocre green, white, and red creatures. And number two is he actually played this card. I don't remember the event. I want to say it was like a World Championship in Modern, probably in like the 2010 to 2015 range. But yeah, this is a sweet card, a card I've always loved that got reprinted in Foundation called Wilt-Leaf Liege. 4 mana, 4/4. Your green creatures get +1/+1. Your white creatures get +1/+1. And what this means is if a creature is both, then it gets +2/+2. So that's very important, obviously, with the way this deck works. And it also has the Obstinate Baloth clause where if it gets discarded, you can just cheat it into play. So if people start playing a lot of Liliana the Veils or whatever other discard stuff, maybe your friend plays a discard deck and always beats you up, this is a pretty nice card to have versus things like that and the Mind Rot type cards. Other than that, this deck, I would call... Sometimes I build decks like this where it's sort of like a sampling of cards. I know there's a lot of one-ofs, and people don't like that. First off, one-ofs are great, assuming that you have reason behind them. In this case, we're just trying stuff. So we don't really have legitimate reason. I don't think this is what I would want my deck to look like if I was going into a competitive tournament, unless I knew why I had all these one-ofs. But really quick, let's get into the deck, and we're just trying some Foundation cards. So Dryad Militant, this can be nice against the Oculus deck, putting their instant sorceries in exile instead of the graveyard. But mostly it's there to become a 4/3 with the Liege. We have Seraphic Steed. I love this card. I always try it. It's never really good, but we're going to give it another go. Wilt-Leaf Liege can saddle it as well as make it a 4/4 first strike lifelinker. So that's very appealing. We have things like Trostani, Toby to help saddle it. We're trying a singleton Skyknight Squire just to see how it feels. I think it's a solid 2-drop. I don't know if it really earns its spot here, but may as well give it a shot. It plays well with things that make tokens. We don't have a lot of that, but giving it a try. And then also trying Spinner of Souls, which is a 4/3 reach. When your other non-token creatures die, you get to flip your top card and add a creature to your hand. So this is nice insulation if people are playing like Day of Judgment. I know typically people have like Temporary Lockdown or Sunfall, but again, giving it a try. It blocks like Deep Cavern Bat and Fairy Mastermind and the like. And it also saddles the Steed, which is nice. And then we have some other random 4-power things to make sure we're saddling. Trying an Ajani. This is an old card that got reprinted in Foundations. It's fun to play with. I don't know if it's really good, but we're sampling. So you can use this to jump one of your creatures and give it double strike, come across for a ton of damage, as well as just growing your stuff out of range of your opponent's stats. And then also trying to Surrak. I just love this card. A very Kibler card. Beatdown. Turn your guys sideways. We've got Restless Prairie, notably, which is a green and white creature. So if you have the Liege, it'll be a 5/5. Pump everything else. Some removal. And of course, Llanowar Elf, one of the more impactful cards of the set to help us curve into our 3-drops sooner. I have a Mirrex because I have a Polukranos in my deck, and I have multicolored 2-drops and 3-drops, so I didn't want to play Fountain Port, but I did want a utility land, so we're going with a single Mirrex. Mana base is pretty straightforward. One of the appeals of green-white is you have a Verge that starts on green for your elf, so one of the better 2-color elf decks is the one that gets to play with the Verge. Sideboard. Trying some Authority of Consuls. I think I'm going to put this in against the red decks. I don't know if it's actually good there, but this is... I'm fairly confident this will be good against Convoke. So trying it there. Elspeth Smite, just removal. I have Mold Adder. What a name in my side deck. This is just in the set, and it doesn't look that good to me, but I want to play with it. I want to play with all these Foundation cards just to get a feel. So we got 4. Hopefully we play against blue-black decks. All I ever play against is red decks. But we're going to try some Mold Adders. Devout Decree. This card's nice. It doesn't answer the enchantment, the Unholy Annex, but it can deal with the demons, and it can exile whatever, all sorts of things. You get the Scry value. Solid card, giving it a try. Some Ghost Vacuums for the Oculus deck. Sheltered by Ghost for red decks. And then a Vivian Reed for things like Domain, if you want to blow up their Atraxas and Leyline Bindings. And it's just a good mid-range card. Anti-control type card. So that is it. Calling it green-white Kibler. It's just a green-white beatdown deck. Yeah, looking forward to giving this a try. Don't have the highest of hopes, but this is the type of thing I definitely want to be good in Standard, so fingers crossed. I will see you guys in the game. Exportable deck list in the description. Like and subscribe if you came for the deck. Otherwise, see you in the games. Peace. Alright, on the draw. Potter goes first. Sure, I guess this hand's kind of mediocre. This is like a standard cards hand, and all of my opponents are playing Modern Infect, so it might not work. But we'll try it. Please don't play a red 1-drop. Don't play an elf either, actually. Okay, well, I can't beat this either. I can't beat a real deck. It could be worse. Alright. Militant, kind of, I guess, good against that card, sort of. And it's a 1-drop, so that's welcome. We do need lands, but maybe we can just curve out, beat them down, and then finish off with Ajani. No. How impactful this graveyard hate type stuff is going to be against them, but unlucky that their 1-2 trades with my shitty 2-1. Up the beanstalk, you got it, boss. Could have just traded, I guess. I don't think the ooze matters yet. We'll put a 3/3 into play. Unfortunately, I've played against this deck before, and it's like, it's unfortunately difficult to play, so my opponents sort of play slow, which is fine, but it can be rough for content stuff. And I know, of course, everyone has moments where they're just like taking their time trying to figure out in complex board states, but this deck I think just presents complex situations more often than most decks, so sometimes it could take a while for the turns. Alright, land, please. Lucky. Well, it may be doomed. We do want to concede. So what's the flashy thing they have? They're just like bouncing the bitter. Why wouldn't they put the beanstalk down? I actually don't know what they have here. Guess I'm attacking for 3. It's just like embarrassing. I'm just doing nothing. Their hand, I don't know why they wouldn't play the Up the Beanstalk. The fact that they didn't play the Up the Beanstalk makes me think that they have something very good to do, and it will not go well for me, whatever it is. I just don't know what it is they're doing. Okay, so this means I'm going to die, right? Probably. I've kind of forgot this card exists. This is the point of the deck, though. The Jeskai Ascendancy, if you will. So what they need, they don't need, but they want the elk. The elk lets them make these all mana guys, and then they just keep on tapping, and they get huge, and I die. Torch, sure. Yep. Hopefully we can have some powerful draws at some point. This was just like embarrassing. We just didn't hit land drops and then played 2 drops and died like an idiot. Alright. It's your time, Mold Adder. What a name. Do I want this thingy? Probably not. Black or red? Okay. Well, this might be rough. Dryad Militant, do you do anything? Probably not meaningful. Whatever. Get out. We got Mold Adder now. I don't need you. See how good Mold Adder is. It's probably just gonna get shocked and die. I'll go first. Oh shit! I kept it. I clicked the button. I play the Mold Adder. I want to play the elf. I'm gonna hope that it doesn't get shocked and hope that I draw land. Forest, okay. It lived. May I have a land, please? One land. I'll take it. You need to draw Forester Plains. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye, 4/5. Mold Adder. It's kind of interesting. What does this do? Everything. Could play the Steed, though. Just beat their ass for 8. I guess Steed. There's a chance the Steed just dies. I could also have played Toby, I suppose. Could have double spell if I draw land. Well, not that land. Okay. Death Touch. Okay, so now do I want to play the Steed? Let's get Death Touch, which is actually kind of cool. Sure. Your turn. Please don't ill-time explosion my board. Man, it looks sort of awkward. But I guess this fixes all of that. Yep. This thing hasn't got. Oh, there we go. It's happening. It's getting a counter. It's optional in case I don't want the counter. It's funny. It's grown. Oh my god, it's growing again. It's doing things. Too bad we might just be fucking dead. We might just be actually factually dead. No blocks, so I can deal 11. I don't know if it's worth, but I did it. Play the Steed, because they probably want to torch this. But now I have multiple threats. I do have plenty of mana. I assume I'm dead. Most of the games I play, when I play like an off-meta deck against this, they're just not close. They just beat the shit out of me. This deck is sort of what Standard has to offer, right? You just pull different cards from all the sets to have a synergy-based thingy. And you just fuck people up. It's fine, I guess. So what, they're going to play this sack of thing or equip grow it. But I have Death Touch first strike. But then this answers this, so it doesn't really matter. I don't have the mana to do it all, though. Maybe we're okay. This Mold Adder has not impressed thus far, I'll tell you that much. They didn't actually play that many blue cards. Sure. Oh, ho, 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 ho. What do they have? They have a different card that's going to blow me out. Do I care? We're just businessing. I think it's a business hour. Maybe they're bouncing it. Just gonna like block, bounce the Wilt-Leaf Liege. Or triple block, bounce the Wilt-Leaf Liege. They could bounce and torch, I guess, to be fair. But I did get the angel out of the deal, so. Yeah, that sucks. We're adding mold. At least we're adding mold. So they're gonna what? Like sack something. They can just kill the elf. Or sack something. Grow this. This gets eaten. We still have the board, right? I still get to replay this, so I suppose it's not that bad. Should be the questing druid. Nice. Okay. On the draw. Scary, but I think I'm supposed to put this card in, even though it looks very shitty and I'm gonna get blown out. I think I'm supposed to just cross my fingers that things worked out, and that I find a window for it to be decent at least for tempo. Like, does Get Lost actually do anything? I don't think so. Being able to exile the elk, though, even if it's for a short period of time and just like wait till they can answer it with ward, I think that matters. I guess we're gonna leave in stupid mold adder. I don't know if it was good or not, but okay. What does Get Lost do for me? I can kill the otter at instant speed. I suppose that's important. Is it important enough? Do I want it over other cards? Ooh, seems pretty terrible. Alright, let's just hope we have enough threats. I think we should, on average. And then I'm going to cross my fingers that I get to shelter the elk when they're tapped out. Which is very difficult to do when you think about it, but I'm not sure what else the plan should be. This matchup seems pretty awful. I don't think I want this one. Alright, well, beatdowns. We at least get to play our third land no matter what. I don't know if this will be good enough or not, but we could try. One shock and life is going to be hard. Didn't get shocked yet. Yeah. Unlucky. Feels basically unwinnable, right? Like, if I had the shelter here instead of the Get Lost, I could play the elf and exile it and just, like, hope that's good enough. But this getting to be in play is very problematic for me. That's such lifelink. Do I have to do that so like otherwise they just get to trade because I don't have the double strike threaten? It's awkward, but I don't think we're winning this game. I think this game is very doomed. Perhaps their hand is horrendously bad, but even in the case where they're just getting back the fight spell and fighting, I think I probably lose the game. So. Yeah, I'm down to call it. Alright, GG. Alright, opponent goes first. See if we can do better this time. Sure. Sure. So far, Dryad Militant not looking like the sauce, but we will see. Nice curve, I guess, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got all our lands as well. Would have loved to be on the play, but I'm greedy. Yep. So blue-black demons, maybe just blue-black mid. I don't think I get blown up by anything, so we'll just attack. Play our guy. I don't think we're living in a universe in which I just get to attack and pump all these things, but I could hope. I guess maybe the Surrak needs to die. Okay, draw. So, I think I'm just Surraking because I'm not getting value here. This can't attack anyway. Oh, I'm an idiot. This can't attack. I was thinking both of these would be able to attack. It's probably better to just play the Liege. It's probably better to just play the Liege. And then untap with this activate. We'll see. Can't really block because of first strike death touch. Draw. Okay. So I get blown out by a removal spell either way. Vigilance. Seems like an impossible game to win. I'm just like getting time walked if I play into the first strike death touch. Could just attack with the militant only. Not accomplishing anything at that point. That just sucks. Can't play this in attack. Can just attack here. What if we just attack? Attack all three. Attack all three, what happens? Maybe that's fine. They're just gonna block Trostani. Force me to use my mana to play removal spell. Maybe they have double removal spell, but if they have one removal spell, maybe I get to deal 7. I just don't think it matters against the Shield Red. Okay. Opponent is just trying their best to figure it out. I think they got the right blocks finally. Alright, so double strike. You. Death touch. You. Alright, not the worst. Oh shit, that's so sad. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. All right. Maybe they're under enough pressure. Ooh. Okay. Let's go beatdowns. What the fuck is this? So this is just a removal spell. Seems somewhat relevant to get the double spell. I should probably respect them enough to not just sink my mana. I don't think they left themselves dead. I'm not going to use my mana. That's fine. Play this. My turn. They Fountain Port will get lost. Oh, they Mirrex. Is there a block? I don't think so. Get a card though. Scary spot. Sure. Maybe we're fine though. The card has looked good. I wonder if they just left themselves dead last turn. Okay. Can't do much. They're just going to go to 1. And think what all we can do is Vigilance and Death Touch. It doesn't accomplish anything. As far as I can tell. Alright, you're at 1. They got a Fountain Port that can't make a blocker. They have no way to block. So they need 2 blockers or 2 removal spells. Another Mirrex doesn't do that much. What is their mana base, by the way? Why do they have all these Mirrexes and Fountain Ports? Maybe they just didn't want to craft Fountain Ports. I don't... This deck probably plays 3. This might just be all of their colorless lands at once. Kaito. Okay, that answers 1 creature, doesn't answer 2. So, ice, attack, try to find an answer to the 3/3, I suppose. And it might have to be a flyer. If I draw a creature, then it has to be a flyer. But it has to be a 3-mana creature. Nice. They top deck the flash blocker, but we top deck the removal spell. I mean, they could have had the Tidebinder, I guess. Okay, cool. So, blue-black Kaito. Oh, baby, it's fucking mold. Sorry for cursing. Try not to curse. I curse a lot. Mold Adder. It's Mold Adder time. Let's go. The ultimate Mold Adder matchup. All right, Dryad Militant, get out. Mold Adder, get in. This is good. Is Vivian good? Deep Cavern Bat. Seems bad. I wish that I had a way to exile the Flash dude. I mean, this technically does that. Maybe Smite's fine. We'll try Smite. We'll try Smite. We'll try Decree. I don't think I'm going to put in Vivian. I don't think I'm going to put in Shelter. And then what comes out? Maybe Ajani's not good against a bunch of removal. Reach blockers are nice. This is pretty bad against Cut Down. A lot of interaction. I want to take out some Get Lost. This card is so bad. Any other cards that I think suck? Nah, these ones seem fine. Saves tokens. Alright, let's run it. Opponent goes first. Sure. Okay, love a 3-drop. That was nice. If you're gonna elf, you definitely want a 3-drop. Can double 2 next turn. Nice hand. Not like particularly impressive cards, but I am just adding bodies to the board. Maybe they don't have a land. Oh, this means I get to resolve all my stuff. We're in a pretty good spot. Oh, they missed the land. I think it's over then. Okay, let's go this thingy. This thingy. And then we can trade Melira for both their 2/2s. Suppose this might actually have been bad. I do open myself up to a position where they can just like kill this, but not that big of a deal, right? Get the extra counter here, which is nice. This card's look decent. Like I don't have too much to say about it, but like it looked solid. Alright, you have a bat. That's fine. I'm gonna do a bunch of damage. Death touch, does that matter? Alright, and then next turn, they're probably gonna die. I'm gonna have 6 mana, and then these all get to deal 8. Or potentially deal 8, depending how it goes. I found a land, but it might be too late. Okay. Yeah, we'll just let damage happen and play the ooze. I think it's better than getting the extra 4 from the double strike. Each guy. Yeah, not much to say about this game. Like, I think my opponent just missed their land drops and played big things. This blue-black deck does probably somewhat struggle when games like this happen. You just need to be answering all the threats. And if you're not doing that, it's going to be hard. So, nice. GG. 1+1 for green-white dudes. Alright, third match with the green-white beatdown deck. This is probably the last match I'll record with this one. You go first? Yeah, sure. It's kind of greedy, but I'm here for the elves. All innings for chomps. Even if it dies, we have something to play. Okay, we lost. It's over. I mean, we won. Easy. Easiest game of my life. So, probably burn. Red aggro. The classic, really. Ooh, a tapped land. Spicy. You know what? I should have oozed. 4/5 is very good against this deck, I think. Most of the time they don't have ways to answer this with one card, so it's probably going to nab 2. Should have attacked first, because like they could just block. Oh, uh-oh. Monstrous Rage? Do I care? I mean, I'm still 2 for 1. I don't think I care. Then we can just ooze. Yeah. Not a bad deal. Make her thing a 3/3, force them to have a lightning strike before they can shock it. Nice. Alright, well, kept a greedy one-lander, drew lands, and it worked out. Alright, red. So I'm going to try Authority. I don't think that it's great. I'm not saying that you should do it too. But there are a lot of cards in Magic that I'm just like, this card sucks. And people play them sometimes. This is sort of one of them. What's the other? Can't remember the name of it. There's like a green enchantment that whenever your opponents target your creatures, you draw cards. Whatever. I think this is actually reasonable against Convoke. Probably not going to be good against Burn, but it is cheap and it does gain me life. And they do have plenty of haste creatures, so let's give it a go and try to learn something. Shelter definitely comes in. Get Lost is really bad against Valiant creatures. Removal's important, but Get Lost is just so bad. Darien's meh. Ajani doesn't do anything. This Ajani has been pretty bad. I don't think you should put this card in your deck. But you know, it's cool, and we like old cards. So, Squire, maybe not big enough for me to want it. Militant's okay, it's just a 2-1. I think just having 4/4s is nice. Is Spinner too bad? So, Spinner does something that's appealing when it's not dying, which it just lets me block into Monstrous Rage and not care as much. Like, I can just block with my other creatures, and then when they die, it's not a big deal. I think I'm going to try this. King Darien's nice for stats, but I have like Lithomatic Barrage or Lightning Strike, so I'll try without it. Definitely want all these life gainers. I think Surrak can come out. I guess I want the Liege for the scaling. And what is my worst card? I'm going to take out one Dryad Militant. Try this. Alright, let's keep. A bit awkward, but I have life. Ooh, okay. Well, if I'm not going to be playing a spell, I'm happy to have something to do. Double Pain Land obviously sucks, and we might get max punished for it, but I do have a bunch of things that say lifelink on them, so. Alright, let's do this. Most of the creatures I play are just going to die anyway, and I want to hit my land drop. So, that was nice enough. Like, Sorcerer Speed Removal is, like, very bad against this deck, but sure. I'm just going to do my best to slow down this game. I basically want to... I'm not going to do anything yet. I basically want to make sure that when I play the Ooze, I can activate it. Guess I'm doing this now. Thing's gonna die. I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna take a bunch of damage for no reason. Very, very awkward game. I mean, my hand wasn't perfect, but the way things have played out, I've just bricked infinite. Just need a non-pain land. Otherwise, it's just gonna be too late. Main phasing this is interesting. Maybe they don't have an answer to this. That would be crazy. I mean, it's so unlikely. Yeah. Happens, right? Sometimes you don't play Magic. Right on time. Okay, go to 10. So now they have to not have a removal spell. Otherwise I die. But I died at most things at this point. I suppose I could draw a land and not be at 1. Monstrous Rage is 8. That's 3. That's 4. That's 2. Okay. I don't know why it took so long. GG. Alright, let's just draw mana. Let's just do the whole drawn lands thing. Not much to be said for that match. Just kind of is what it is. I mean, I guess one thing that can be said is, like, you do have a low land count, and you have all these elves that are going to die. So it's something worth keeping in mind. Sure. Mulligan's nice to see. If my elf dies, I at least know. Okay. God, I hate games like this. It's so annoying. Whatever. I mean, the mulligan, what, one? Like, a multi 5, and you're just, like, not even going to try? Whatever. GG. Yeah, I guess I'll call it here. I'm sorry this is how this one ended, but it's enough footage to sort of get what the deck's trying to do. Wilt-Leaf Liege is sweet. Definitely not sold on the deck, but if you want to just play some fair magic, this is a good place to go. And one thing I will say about the deck is there's so many less Sunfalls because everyone's just getting murdered instantly by these red decks, that this is maybe a good time to be able to play something close to this. So if you like this style of deck, I think it's a reasonable thing to try. Maybe consider putting the Shelters main deck because there's so many red decks. But like if you can get a Shelter on like a 4/4 or a 5/5, it's gonna be really good against people trying to play Lava Spike and Burst Lightning. So hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you for more Foundations stuff later.